So we got a couple of minutes. We'll start in a couple of minutes, folks. Thanks everybody for coming. So it's kind of interesting. They flew the, I guess what they're calling it, the 737 MAX, right? 737 MAX. I'd fly it. I wouldn't be afraid to fly that plane. That plane's been checked more than any plane in the history of humanity. Probably the safest vehicle on Earth. It's probably safer than driving. Everybody knows it's safer to fly than drive anyway. It's probably safer than anything. All right, we got about a couple of minutes. We'll get started. Hope everybody's having a good day today. We'll be here tomorrow at 10 o'clock for the crude oil report. And then Thursday, we'll be here for the natural gas report. That's what we're going to do this week. All right. That's the plan. That's the trading plan this week. And then it's New Year's party time. And next week, very, very busy. Very busy week. All right. You know what? Let's get started. I'm ready to go. Welcome to the API report, everybody. My name is Lee Goldstein. I'm the trading director for 10-minute trades. Remember, you can lose money, please. If you're watching a live stream, remember that the live streams are delayed, okay? And we're gonna trade the API report. Most people don't even know what this report is. It's actually a private report. The data is supplied by the American Petroleum Institute. You can buy the data 5 minutes early. We subscribe to Financial Juice Pro. They seem to get the data a little bit earlier than the public, but it's been our experience that this report affects the oil market at 4:30 when the private data is released. That's been our experience. And that's been our experience for 5 years. It's been my experience for 5 years. We've been trading it for, I don't know, 18 months or so that we've been trading it. It's a good report. This could be a weird week, so keep that in mind. This is a holiday week. I don't really expect complete normalcy from this week. If I get profit from this report, I'll probably grab it early. Unless it's a really strong burst. If it's a really strong burst, then I won't. I'll wait and I'll be patient. We have a trading document for this report that we generate the day before the report comes out. This week we don't have any documents because it's holiday weeks. The boss takes 2 weeks off. I like to keep people engaged and keep the trade rooms going. At least a couple of them. Definitely keep things going. It's more interesting. And then I'll take a couple of days off at New Year's. So let's take a look at the DMM. It has not changed in quite a while, the way we've been trading this. So the most recent daily market report that I have for this report is December, and it's a range trade, so it's a little bit different. I'm glad that we get the opportunity to show you something different today. It's a 4-second range that we create. It's pretty much a trade that does not get canceled, and it's a target. I usually go for about 24 ticks, and I risk 13. So our risk is about $130, assuming everything goes normally. That's the risk per contract that I'm willing to take on this trade. And we're trading crude oil February 21. Let me show you last week's trade. Last week's trade was the 22nd. Now remember, we're creating a 4-second range. So you're going to see the range get created on the screen. It'll draw the range for 4 seconds. Okay, there's the range. There's my orders. There's the burst through the orders. There's the pullback. Now it's in a little bit of profit, not a lot, 2 ticks, 1 tick, 3 ticks, no ticks. It was a little choppy last week. Negative. I thought it was going to stop out last week. Kind of had that feeling. And generally, you're supposed to try to be patient with this trade and not move your stops and targets too much. Once again, it's holiday trading. At the beginning of the year, I'm going to increase my contracts on this trade, start risking more. It's in profit now. You could see it was a little bit, it was not a 1-second trade. And there are a couple of things to understand about what happens to the markets. The oil market closes at 5 o'clock, and at about 4:45, some of the brokers start increasing the margin. So you don't want to get stuck in a trade and not have enough margin to cover your contracts. Margin meaning if you have $800 in your account and you're trading, it's not going to be enough to cover the cost of trading crude. So you want to, in order to trade crude, you need thousands in your account, not tens of thousands, but depending which broker you use, the margin could be 2,000 to 3,000 per contract. And then that goes up at 4:45 or 10 to 5 Eastern time, depending on your broker. You could see this trade was a little bit dull, It filled, it hung around past the entry. But it never really was a great mover. So this will give us a good idea of what we could expect out of the oil trade tomorrow and natural gas also, I think. I think it'll give us a good feeling. It just kind of sat, around for a while last week. I'm going to speed it up a little just by moving the price. So I took 3 ticks, and then it really really didn't do much. It's hard to tell because we were doing a million other things in the room, but it just did not do much past the 3 ticks that we took. And then we did a replay on it. So last week it just did not offer, maybe it offered 6 or 7 ticks for people who took their early target on the burst. I think you want to trade multiple targets on this trade in the long run. That's what we're going to start doing. Multiple contracts. We'll start doing that in January. So that was last week. And we're very honest here. And we show the truth. I made a screenshot of my profit from last week. And I'll show it to you. This was my profit from last week. Whoops, wrong one. I'm sorry. Wrong one. Where the heck is it? Last week. It was only 30 bucks. You may have to trust me. It was 30 bucks. I don't see the screenshot. Let me see if it went to my desktop for some reason. But obviously, if I'm only showing a profit of 30 bucks, I'm telling the truth. But you know, if you have 5 trades a week and you only make $30 a day, it's $150 a week. It's 300, 450, you know, $600 a month. It's not a disaster. I mean, some people's mortgage is $500 or $600. Some people would be very happy to make $150 in 2 weeks or in 4 weeks. It's hard to take money out of the market. You have to work at it. Let's look at the week before, see what that did. The market doesn't make it easy for you to get money. It's just the way it is. The market is going to fight you tooth, nail, and bone, right? Is that the phrase? So this was December 8th, same trade. Remember, we're creating a short little range. Here's the range. The price pops through it. And it kind of looks like last week's trade. It didn't really follow through the week before either. Yes, SF, that is correct. 2.9.3. So there was a possibility to get 7, 8, maybe even 9 ticks on this trade. That was the week that the broker made us trade. May not have been. I'll take that back. That week you had the ability to get about 8 to 10 ticks, and crude oil is $10 a tick. So there's nothing wrong with 80 to 90 bucks for half an hour of work. Just trading one contract, you know, it's just trading one contract. It's time now it'll be time to up the contract as long as the trade behaves. Here's December 1st, same trade. And these are live trades, real money. December 1st, I traded it as a breakout with a 5-tick bracket, and I think it made 8 or 9 ticks, maybe a tiny bit more. Let's see. I was down 130, 220, made 11 ticks on that trade, 110. That was December 1st. Then on November 24th, we traded it. November 24th, I was up $62 before the trade. There's our range. It was a little bit slow to fill that day. And then it started going down. I really thought it was going to hit the target. I hesitated moving my target and got a little too close. I think, yeah, we made 62, 12 ticks, $120 that day. Did it keep going down? Let's see. It went down a little bit further. It definitely went down a little bit further that day. But we were able to grab 12 ticks. Nothing wrong with that. Let's take a look at another one. Then I'll show you how to set the trade up. The 17th of November. There's the little range that we're creating. Hey, Sal, I think you were late to the class today. There's a section in the video, which we'll be emailing tomorrow, that shows you exactly how to set the charts up so they look exactly like mine, if that's what you want to do. So if you watch the video tomorrow, it'll show you exactly. And if you have any problem figuring anything out, I'll show you how to do it in the room. It's very easy. Okay. It's very easy. I basically start with a blank chart. The only indicator you might, yes, I remember that you came late because you said something. So I remember. It's not a problem. The only indicator you might need my help finding is the squeeze, this indicator at the bottom, if you want the squeeze on your charts. But all you have to do is send me an email. The clock, if you take a look in the trade room right now, in this folder, the room drive, you can download the clock right now. It's called Topmost Clock. Okay. It's called Topmost Clock. Anything you have a problem with, you can email me, help@10minutetrades.com. I'll always help. I can't live without the clock. It's the most important thing. Yeah, it's Dimension 4 is up there also. Dimension 4, as Brian says, is also up in the room folder. That's a program that helps put your computer in sync. If when you go to time.is, the website, you have trouble getting into sync, you can use Dimension 4. So we have a bunch of tools that we like to use that help people trade, the way that we trade. We know that tools are required and we supply them, a lot of them. Not everything is free, so you have to understand that, but most of what we try to supply, I try to supply free, always first. Free and good. Free and good. Free and bad doesn't pay. Let's check our sync by going to time.is. All right. I'm in sync. I went to the website time.is. That website puts me in sync. So that's great. I'm ready to trade. Sometimes I check more than once. Now I need to set up a range trade for my software. Okay. Right click the chart, left click on strategies, double left click on the software name, JOBB version 9. So it shows up under configured. Now I'm going to pay attention to entry range trade. 3 ticks above the range, 3 ticks below the range. Graphic shown on chart gets checked. I like to make the color of the range magenta so I can see it. I make my line thickness a 3, so it's nice and thick. Then I have to set a range start time, and the range start time is on our trade report. But of course, we tell you what it is, 16:29:58 Eastern time, so it's 4:29:58. That's our range. I'm just trading one contract till the first of the year. I'm looking for a target. Maybe I'm crazy. I'm going to go for 24 ticks. We'll see what we get. My stop, I'm risking 13 ticks, just one contract. I'm going to slide down. I have to finish with my entry time. My entry time is 16:30. Remember, it's a range. So 16:30:02 is when my orders show up on the chart. So I'm starting at 16:29:58, and then I'm getting my orders placed on the chart at 16:30:02. And I have to make sure I choose range trade, not breakout trade. Trade type is range trade. I'm trading real money. I like to label the trade. API, let's call it CL, API breakout, API range. So I'm pretty well set. I'll go back and double check. 3 ticks above the range, 3 ticks below the range. Graphic shown on chart is checked. The color doesn't matter. You just want to be able to see the range. Everybody's machine could be different. The line thickness could be at 1 or 2 or 3. You'll still see the lines. So the range start time is important. You want to start the range at 4:29:58 Eastern time. We use military time, so it's 16:29:58. And our entry time, if you slide down, 16:30:02, 4:30:02. The trade type is a range trade. Okay, so I was listening. I just was hearing some news. I think they are expecting a drawdown of roughly 2 million barrels. Expecting a drawdown of roughly 2 million barrels. Stop loss is 13 ticks. One position looking for a profit of 24 ticks, probably being overly optimistic. If I get 10 or more, I'll take it. 16:30:02 is the end of my range. That's when my orders will show up on the chart. The beginning of my range is 16:29:58. Everything looks good. Trading a live account, it's a range trade. I can apply it and okay it. I can move my alert off the screen. I have to make sure my charts are on live. Make sure that you're on the strategy tab. If you're not on the strategy tab, you will not see your order, your trade. So you click the strategy tab. It shows you the name of the strategy, the instrument you're trading, the data series, how many minutes or seconds you're trading. Parameters don't matter. That is just something we don't have to deal with, but you also have your account, which is important. That tells you if you're live or sim, and then you enable the trade. Look for your icon so that you know that your software is enabled and you're ready to go. So everything looks good. We're ready to go. I want to record the trade, which I do every week. Plus our trade room software records it as a backup also. I am recording it. So basically I could show you one more trade. Let's look for an old one. How's that? Let's look for an API trade. Let me see how far back I can go. I've got one. March 10th. That's going back pretty far. March 10th, it was looking like this. Now, for some reason, you know, it was back at the very beginning of the pandemic. I was not, I take it back, hold on. Wrong video. Let's see if I have the right video. For some reason, that video doesn't have March on it. Let's try the 17th. The 17th should have it. Here we go. Okay, so March 17th. And we were not, you know, in March, that might have been when the broker was not allowing us to trade live, but that was not a live trade. It burst up. And it looked like it was kind of dull in March, on March 17th. And it didn't really work very well on March 17th. Let me see what else I have. I can show us one more. Going back further just to look at some older ones. Let's look at June 23rd. And I don't know if these are winners or losers when because I haven't looked at them in so long. Some of them I know. So June 23rd, I don't honestly remember what this trade did. There's the range. Looking for a draw of minus 2.1 million barrels today. That's what the news is expecting. So that will have an effect on what happens with the trade. Chantal, Kamion on YouTube, you should have an email with the password. Chantal, you could type in the password for him today. Everybody has the password. Do you know what it is? Chantal, you can give him the password. Chantal, let him have the password and the URL so he can get in tomorrow. Everybody can come in this week. And we may have a party next week too. We might have one more party. Next week's the busiest week ever of the month, not ever, busiest week of the month. So we have about 3.5 minutes. SF, what are you missing? What do you think you're missing? SF, I may not be on the current version. I may not be on the current version. You know what? It's too close to the trade right now. So let's see what happens and we'll check it after the trade. You should have breakout, one-click range trade, reversal trade, one-click range trade with colored zones, range trade with colored zones. and squeeze play. I hope I didn't put the wrong version up, but I'll get massacred by my boss. So if we don't get a burst, it'll probably be dull because of holiday trading. You know, some people, it might not be the smartest time of year to trade holiday wise, but I just wanted to let people see the software in action. You know, if we have a couple of losers, we're not going to go cry in a corner. We just don't do that. We show everything. We show the truth, warts and all. Plenty of winners. I could show you live videos of winner after winner after winner. You're going to have losing trades. Anybody that tells you that you're not just isn't being honest. And dealing with them psychologically is half the battle. You just have to forget about it and keep trading. Trade your plan, trade, you know, the system. Don't change things just because you have one loser. You know, you change things when you have a collection of trades that stop working. If all of a sudden everything stops working, you're not foolish. You're not going to just keep doing the same thing over and over and over and over. So you'll see the strategy will start to create the range in about 30 seconds. The range will go 2 seconds past 1630. And whatever happens will happen. Of course, I'd rather every trade be a winning trade. So now my range is going to start to draw. There's my range. So we got kind of a dull pop, not a very good pop. Not bad though. Okay, I'll take 130 bucks on that trade. Okay, it's holiday trading. I took 130, 13 ticks, live real money. Let's watch it because it looks like it's going to keep going up. Brian, you can yell at me. If it bursts, stay in. If it bursts, stay in. Okay, that's our rule. It's holiday trading. I kind of broke the rule. It burst. I didn't stay in. I left my target on the table. Okay, I would have hit my target. So one day I'll learn. One day I'll learn. Fred, I know you made it. You made money, Fred. Fred, I know you made money. Mark, you're still in it. Full target for Mark. Whole bunch of people made money, folks. You see the software works like a charm. Works like a charm. Turning off the trade, removing the software, it shows my targets, shows my profit. I'm going to take a picture and then SF, I'll answer your question. I'll answer your question. I take a picture with the snipping tool. It shows my profit. So we'll trade oil and gas this week. I think they'll be perfectly safe to trade. We'll do our normal trades just like we always do. I'll just plan to grab profits. That's what I'm going to do. Whether people like it or not, you can make your own decisions. You don't have to, I don't want you to trade the way I trade. I don't want you to trade the way I trade. Okay? Make your own decisions. If you made money, would you please send me a picture of your profit? Fred, did you make money? Mark, when you send me a picture, I can never see the profit. I don't know if there's a way you could send me a better picture somehow. But that was a nice trade. No worries, no pressure. SF, here's my setups that I have. SF, you should have the same setups that I have. If not, we'll figure it out. Range trade with colored zone, one-click range trade with colored zones, reversal trade, and a squeeze play. Okay. I have 7. If I put the wrong file up, I really will be upset with myself. Who wants to ask me a question? Can you understand now why I think our software is awesome and why I love selling it? I love selling it. I don't have to sell it. You don't have reversal and squeeze play. All right, nobody download the software. Nobody download the software. I got to check the file. Do not download the software. All right. Hey, Brian. I got to check the file. Which is really hard for me to do. But it says 2.9.3 SF. It says 2.9.3. All right, I'm gonna have to check it. My programmer's on vacation now too, till the new year. So you can use that version SF. There's nothing wrong with it. There's nothing wrong with it. It's just certain things are ordered differently. It's not unsafe or risky or anything like that. You can still use it. So you don't have to worry about that. All right, folks, SF, I'll let you know when I fix it. So folks, I'll see everybody tomorrow at 10 o'clock. Okay, data feed. Yes, sales goal. Salvador, right? Salvador? You're going to send me a message too, because I'm going to take care of you. Send me a note. Yes, you have to buy data. Buy the, it used to be called the CME bundle. Okay, it used to be called the CME bundle. They changed it. It's about $49 a month, and it includes, just tell them you want to buy what used to be called the CME bundle. That will cover everything that we trade. I don't know. Well, they changed it because they want to be greedy and raise the prices. That's what the brokers did. So they're not calling it the CME bundle anymore. But you want to have gold, you want to have oil, you want to have all the mini S&P. If you have any questions about what's not in it, shoot me an email, help@10minutetrades.com. And if you don't want to buy it before talking to me, that's fine. Okay, Mark, I'll let you know how that works. That's great. Thank you. Joe, you're very welcome. Joe, did you join up, or where are you visiting? Okay. Well, I'm glad you're enjoying it. So hopefully you'll join up with us. Trader Kim. See, I don't know who you are. Okay, Kim, I know who you are. You're all set now, right? You're all set? I didn't realize that was you. Okay, so did you trade live? Did you trade live, Kim? Beautiful. Because I got your email. I totally got what you were saying. Something got delayed. I don't know why. I don't know why. Mark, definitely. Maybe 3 contracts, Mark. Mark, I'm going to do 3. 2 for the first target and 3 for the second, and 1 for the second. Or Mark, maybe 5, 10, and 20. That might be a better way to trade it. What is the sort? Oh, don't download the platform until I talk to everybody tomorrow. I think the wrong file is up there. I got to check the file. I think the problem is the file that I use is correct, and the programmer made a mistake on the member file. So I'll check it. I'm going to check it right now. Does the DMM come automatically? If you are a DMM subscriber, it comes automatically, or you can get it off the website. Okay. All right. Sometimes emails get blocked by the ISPs, Kim. So that's why we make it so that if you create an account for yourself, you can get it off the website. So listen, folks, do we need a new link and password? No, the passwords are going to be the same for the whole week. I know, Chantal, I've been going for bigger targets. It's okay. I don't feel bad. I made 13 ticks. I'm okay with that. It's okay. SF, never feel bad about not trading live. You got to build up your confidence. And it's just once the confidence is there, you'll trade live and you'll just be happy as a clam. That's all there is to it. KT, my entry, I can tell you what my entry was. My entry was 48.17 and my exit was 48.04. Entry was 48.17, exit 48.04. Okay. So it was a short for 13 tick, a long. Sorry, an entry at 04, exit at 17. Entry 04, exit 17. That's the first long in weeks. It's been weeks since we had a long. And look, for you smart reversal traders, it got to the high of the day. I usually don't reverse this trade, but that was a market gift. I hate to say it. That was a market gift. High of the day on a slow trade like this with low liquidity, that would have been a good reversal. Maybe we'll start doing that. Chantal, you're fired. All right, folks. Any other questions? Any other questions? Otherwise, we'll be here. Jonathan, the mini, I have not traded the mini oil contract, the QM. Chantal, did you trade the QM? Salvador, I hope you're Salvador, right? You're very welcome. Roberto, I say hello back. I'm not watching YouTube right now. Cesar, QM tick is 1250. Chantal did not like the QM, Jonathan. KT, are you a member? Are you a member? But you didn't even have to be a member. Yes, there is, Jonathan. KT, you didn't, if it's not in your email, take a look in your spam folder. KT, take a look in your spam folder. If you're a member, you can always get the password off the website. If you watch the video replay, let me show you right now, KT. So create a login on the website, okay? KT. And then let me show you what it should look like. So if you can 10minutetrades.com 10minutetrades.com/login. 10minutetrades.com/login. Okay. It'll look like this. It'll look like this. And on the left, and send me also, if this doesn't work, if you can't see Trade Room on the left, send me a note, help@10minutetrades.com. Then you click on Trade Room, click on Trade Room link and schedule, and here's the password. Okay, I'm showing it today because we're letting everybody in all week. Okay. And then you can also download the weekly schedule, or you could listen to a video that I make every week about it. Okay. That goes for everybody. Even if you're not a paying member and you're just trying to get the weekly market mover, if you make a login for yourself, you can access it from our website, and you could watch some of our movies too, or videos. Don't download the software yet. I got to check something. All right, wait till tomorrow. Jonathan, this trade is worth funding your account for. Jonathan, no joke. No joke. That's all I'm going to say. That's all I'm going to say. If you can. If you can. We've been trading it since January. It's only had 3 bad trades. Now, there's been some dull trades, some trades where we didn't make money, but hardly any full stops, hardly any. And it's partly because people don't pay attention to the trade. All right, folks, I'll see everybody tomorrow. Tomorrow, everybody knows what the schedule is for tomorrow. It's very quiet tomorrow, just crude oil at 10 o'clock. Okay. That's a much more difficult trade. Much more difficult trade. Tomorrow is crude. Tomorrow's crude. Never even, I would think mini natural gas would not be good, Jonathan, because natural gas, Salvador, I'll see you tomorrow. Natural gas is low liquidity. Mini natural gas would be really risky, I think. Yeah, just demo. See, you could trade mini S&P, mini NQ, mini YM, because there's enough liquidity. You could trade bonds, Jonathan. You could do the bond trades. Just because we had a bad bond trade today, don't let that throw you. I mean the micros. Thank you, Chantal. I mean the micros. The bond trades are good. Some people have had, no, I'm not going to say it because it's not a good time. Gold, I wouldn't do. Gold, I would not do. So everybody, I guess I'll see everybody 10 o'clock tomorrow. For crude oil storage report. I think we'll make money tomorrow. We'll try to make some more money. All right, folks. I'll see everybody tomorrow, 10 o'clock. All right. So have a good evening, folks, and I'll see you all later. You too, Jonathan.